Okay, fellas, this is for the WBO Featherweight Championship. Went over the rules in the dressing room. Check these trunks, these are a little bit low. Check these trunks, these are good. Let's have a good, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times and obey my commands. Touch them up, bang at the belt.
Well, we expect them to bang plenty tonight.
Talk about banging. Both these fighters' style can bring on head clashes. They're both inside, looking to get in those trenches. They have been both involved in getting bloodied by colliding heads.
Here we go. Both undefeated. Valdez putting his title on the line. He owns the second highest knockout percentage among modern era featherweight titleists, active or retired. Round number one.
Servania has been on the floor. He might be again tonight.
Just threw a hook at Valdez and kind of moved him back a little bit.
I actually think the stronger guy is Valdez.
Of course, but I'm just saying, just the looks of things. Looks are deceiving, right?
Yeah, if you really look at facts, Servania is actually a small guy. Turned pro 108, most fights at 122, while Valdez turned pro 132, and he's fought most of his career at featherweight.
By the way, not an uncommon path of growth with what we've seen with Filipino fighters.
And this
of course, Tim, you know that better than anyone, having fought Manny Pacquiao 3 times.
For one of the greatest.
That's right.
This is a fight where I think size will matter.
Well, Valdez is just focused right now on landing that jab and controlling Servania at distance.
Right hand to the body from Oscar.
Both guys have scar tissue above those eyes. Servania a little bit more. Valdez showing a little bit more dimension. Can go inside, can go outside, can use his legs. For the most part, Servania wants to come in that front door.
As we saw moments ago, and now more body work from Valdez.
Right now, one dimension in Servania versus multi-dimensions in Valdez. Multi-dimensions usually wins.
Sometimes Valdez come out wide with those shots. I just saw Servania land a quick left hook in the inside of that. I believe it was a right hand. And Servania found a home for that baseball. For the bat, right? In the fighter meeting, Valdez said that he learned a lot from his last time out.
That was an entertaining fight against Mariaga.
Yes, very entertaining fight. Said he's gonna be patient this round.
Joe, Teddy, Timmy, and Bernardo here ringside in Tucson. Round number 2 of our featherweight title fight. Oscar Valdez throwing 50 punches in that first round. His percentage landed not as high as we typically see out of the champ.
You know, with all the great, and I mean great history and tradition of Mexican fighters, Valdez, the only Mexican fighter ever to be involved in 2 Olympics, representing Mexico. 2008, 2012 games.
He was only 17 years old in those 2008 games at 119 pounds, then came back at 123 pounds in 2012.
There's the versatility that I think has given Valdez the upper hand right here. He's able to go in, go out, go to the side. For the most part, Servania, one-dimensional inside, coming forward, straight ahead.
Valdez better be cautious. He's throwing combinations and he's getting clipped. He's trying to get time by Servania able to land that right hand in between the punches of Valdez moments ago.
Servania has a bad habit. Watch, he wastes a lot of movement. He's moving his head from too far away. When he moves that head from too far away, he's not, look at it. See that head movement too far away? Unnecessary, and it can be timed.
With the hard jab.
Yes, it can, and with the right hand. Behind the jab, Timmy, like you're absolutely right.
And right in the pocket there, as the left hand lands from Valdez.
When he starts moving that head too far away, out of position, out of range, good spot for Valdez to step in, time him a little, touch him up a little.
Body shot from the Filipino. Comes in with a two-punch combination. You can see the bad intentions both men have when they get their combinations off, both heavy-handed. There's that wide sweeping right again from Oscar.
Coming in that front door. Sometimes somebody's going to be there. And that left hook was there.
Comes back with a sweeping left hand.
Sometimes Servania stands there a little bit too long. And he get hit with the third shot. Sometimes the fourth shot.
No, you're right,
Martinez.
Coming in from movement too far away. The same speed, the same direction, straight ahead.
Good final minute here of round number 2 from the undefeated titleist, Oscar Valdez Jr. In New York, Madison Square Garden in December, but his ascent will be a long and steady path. Back to action here in round 3 of our championship featherweight fight.
Left hook just hurt Servania.
And he stand right there.
For now.
For now. You mentioned something about more dimensions from Valdez. That's why you're able to see the movement and the creativity from Valdez. More dimensions.
Yeah, Valdez had 204 amateur fights. Almost not fair.
Good exchange right in the middle of the ring between these two. Bernardo Osuna does such a great job listening into both corners, making his way around ringside. Bernie, what can you tell us?
In the red corner of Oscar Valdez, Manny Robles said he's coming right at you. No head movement. Use that uppercut and set up that left hook.
Instructions there that will pass on to us. Right, and absolutely right what Valdez is doing.
Hear the chant here in Tucson. They love their hometown guy.
Servania seems like he's can't find his rhythm right now. Can't find Oscar.
Most of Servania's fights have been in the Philippines. This is his first fight in the U.S. An awfully unhospitable way. Not a lot of hospitality to invite a fighter into the country for his first fight, putting him in with a guy like Valdez.
And not only that, but his lead trainer, Mark Gill Milligan, had visa issues, so he couldn't make the trip. Now, he does have an experienced corner, and he has many of those who are side by side with him back in Japan. But when a guy's been with you every step of the way, Timmy, like the guy to your right, to all of a sudden find out late in the process, lead dog's not going to be barking, that changes things.
It changes things because, you know, you believe in that man that's in that corner giving you instructions. I'm not sure what kind of experience he has with the guy that's working his corner right now. And for me, Teddy knows my tendencies. He knows what I'm all about, and you need to know that. You know, when you're a fighter, when you want to pump him up and get him going.
With Servania.
Time.
By going to the redcross.org/ESPN. And I want to add this to that comment, because earlier tonight we saw the great champion Gilberto Ramirez move his mark to 36-0. He dedicated tonight's title defense to those back in Mexico City. And Canelo Alvarez is there in person, helping, lending his help on the ground, helping with food, with water. Hands-on is Canelo Alvarez today in Mexico City. Well done.
Behavior of a champion.
That's right, Teddy.
Behavior of a human being.
And we are seeing an emerging, blossoming breakthrough star here in Oscar Valdez. Promised the fans then, I'm going to win a belt, and I'm going to come back, and I will have a world title fight in Tucson.
What is one dimension, aggressive dimension, physical dimension that Servania brings? Not enough. When the other guy has 3 dimensions. And Valdez showing all those dimensions. Body, outside, head, movement, straight right hands, left hooks, controlling range.
Good work that time by Genesis Servania.
Servania uses his legs one way, going forward. Valdez uses his legs a lot of ways. You see it right now.
I'll tell you, when Oscar digs in with that left hand to the body, he just opens up with everything he can offer, doesn't he?
Like I said earlier, both these guys throw punches with bad intentions.
Another body shot, then he comes with a right hand.
If Valdez doesn't throw any take it easy punches, everything he throws to do damage.
Knockdown scored.
5, 6, 7, 8. You okay? You okay? You okay? Come to me. Come to me.
He got caught moving away with the right hand with his hands down.
Nearly incredulous to Wes Melton even asking the question, are you okay?
You're moving away. You know, he's been showing the dimensions that we're talking about. When is it not to your advantage to have that dimension? When you move off to the side with your hands down, where an opponent can catch you on the way out. He got caught on the way out.
And he comes in with a right hand. Look at the challenger on the attack. Oscar Valdez in trouble here at the end of the round. What a round for Genesis Servania.
But when you move to the side, you got to do it with your hands up, and you got to make sure you're not in range. He's in range. He moved out. He got caught with the right hand. Now he gets wobbled again here after getting up. Again, same thing. Going out with his left hand down. Got caught with the right hand. Got hurt. It's great to move out. It's great to move to the side, but you got to do it the right way. He did it the wrong way. It gave a free shot to Servania.
So a little unexpected drama in round number 4 as the undefeated title challenger, Genesis Servania, gets him hurt in the 4th round, wobbles him late. Let's check in with what they're saying in Valdez's corner with Bernardo.
They told him, you got overconfident. You walked away with your hands down and you crossed your feet. That's when he connected, and that's what happened. Just stay alert.
That was something that I saw in the Mariaga fight. And I said during the telecast that he pulls away with his hands down.
And a lot of fighters do that, but they get away with it until they don't get away with it.
When you get a guy to follow you with the punch.
That's what makes for an entertaining fight here. This is what makes for a good TV fight at a championship level.
Because the champion Valdez had a shutout going. 3 straight rounds, 10-9 rounds on my scorecard. All of a sudden, not a walk in the park anymore.
There was a short right hand on the inside from the Filipino title challenger there that scored again.
Well, it looks like Servania's the stronger man right now. Valdez is hitting him with everything and not hurting him, but Servania's hitting Valdez and he's hurting him.
Who's the stronger guy now?
Back and forth they go, trading knockdowns. He doesn't look good. Oscar's gonna be on the attack, looking to finish this thing. Valdez, here they go. Big left hand, a right hand reins in. He was on the canvas, now he's on the attack.
Like I said, both guys want to impose their physicality on the other, and they both have.
Valdez better be careful.
Another sweeping right hand, thudding down on Servania.
Valdez doesn't have that word careful in his vocabulary.
Final moments here of round 5. Genesis, a little more settled on his feet, absorbs another big blow. Crowd absolutely roaring here for their hometown hero. What a round. Great stuff with the featherweight title on the line. Trading knockdowns in Arizona, folks.
Well, you're going to see big left hook. Oh, got inside the glove. Watch how it gets inside the glove. On the inside. Different ways to skin a cat, different ways to throw a left hook.
Teddy, you promised action. They are delivering and over-delivering action.
We promised physicality. We promised punches with bad intention. So far, all delivered.
Folks, when you see a scorecard that goes back-to-back with opposite 10-8 rounds, you're loving life as a fight fan.
Stop, back up.
He needed that knockdown. You know, being dropped for the first time in his career. He needed a knockdown. Now he's got his energy back. Now he's back in control.
came up tough, overcoming so many obstacles and poverty in the Philippines, made his way to Japan, and then comes to Valdez's home turf and drops him. But Valdez roars back.
You know how you watch different fighters where some of them throw soft punches to set up hard punches? Well, Valdez never went into that classroom. He throws hard punches to land hard punches.
Heavy-handed young man.
Even his jab, look at that jab, hard.
Like a pro.
Left hand scores from Genesis. Trying to get around that guard with the left hook again.
You know what that hard jab? You know what that hard jab does, Joe? When that hard jab comes from Valdez, it sends a signal to Servania.
And sometimes hard jabs do sting you and just keep you there for the right hand. I've been hit with jabs that felt like right hands.
So Genesis coming forward, lunging in that right hand.
Well, you fought everybody who was the best out there.
Yeah. Valdez put himself in a bad situation right there trying to get away. And he got caught with a hit with a shot.
I'll tell you where the danger zone is for Valdez, besides pulling out. We saw that already. But when you're loading up on everything hard, you leave a little hole sometimes.
For the counter.
For the counter.
Like that.
Like that.
Right hand from Genesis, backing up the champ. Another power surge to close out a round. He's based out of the Kashin Gym in Kanazawa, Japan. Let's look at the power punches in the last round. Both landing 9. Servania a little more effective down the stretch, especially in those final 15 seconds. Bernardo.
Oscar's father stepped up to the ring and said, I know you want to put on a show for the home crowd, but you need to be intelligent. Then Manny Robles stepped in and said, look, you need to be smart. You need to control the fight and don't let him steal rounds like he did in that combination.
Oscar went with a body shot there, and doing so then opened up again as Genesis tried to place the right hand.
And he's just off the mark. But I see it landing possibly later in the fight when Oscar kind of fades and settles down a little bit.
Absolutely right. I'll tell you another thing where Valdez leaves himself available, exposed. Again, loading up on any shot, that's all he knows. When you load up and you miss like that, guess what? Your body follows the punch. And you fall in a little bit. And when you fall in a little bit, well, you can be available for a counter.
Might have done overdid it.
Sometimes it could be too much. We'll find out late in the fight.
8 weeks the norm, but he says he has to know, not physically, but mentally, that he's done absolutely everything, says Oscar.
I've been there before. I used to do the same thing. And then as I got older and matured as a fighter and had, got more experience, I went down to 8 weeks of training.
And you shared that advice with him yesterday,
So it still shows that Oscar's still developing mentally, physically, as a fighter, as a world champion, as a young world champion. To have confidence in himself and his ability.
And that comes with experience. Because a fighter only knows one thing, and he's getting caught those right hands again.
There's a big right hand again from Genesis.
Left hand down when he steps back, he's getting caught. A fighter knows one thing, I work. That's where my confidence comes from. But that's where a trainer has to say, you worked enough. You work too much, and it can be detrimental.
Crowd trying to rally support as the Oscar chant starts up again. The twists and turns of a championship fight, and we're only at the end of round 7.
Thank you, champion. You gave me another round.
Genesis Servania has earned that smile. He loves being aggressive, and he understands this golden opportunity that's in front of him. He was put down in round 5. That is why you see the dueling 10-8 rounds in the middle of Teddy Atlas's scorecard.
sometimes puts him out of position. And when it puts him out of position, that can happen. Your opponent can be right there to catch him.
And he's waiting on him to pull back. Servania is waiting on Valdez to pull out after a combination so he can step forward and hit him with the straight shots like that. Valdez has a bad habit in pulling out with his hands down.
Before any more fireworks go off, let me get out a real quick happy birthday to my nephew, Braden Atlas, 13 years old today.
Happy birthday. One thing that Servania said in the fighter meeting is that Valdez gets hit later in the fight. He feels that's to be his best opportunity to land shots on Valdez is later in the fight.
Well, what Valdez is doing right now, using his legs to make sure he don't get hit, keeping Servania a little off balance, and he's doing a pretty good job of keeping him off balance. You got a strong guy. Both guys are strong. You got a strong guy in Servania. How do you neutralize that? Move to the side, keep him off balance. Don't let him be set to use that strength. That's what he's doing right now.
Servania right now is waiting on his opportunity. He's waiting on Valdez to do the work for him. Pull back, Valdez.
He's waiting too long.
Back up, back up.
You get out of position. You leave yourself exposed. You fall in, and you fall right in to a right uppercut by the challenger. Big left hook, power punch by Valdez. Fell forward, paid the price.
Challenger who doesn't know how to lose.
You young fighters out there, that's why you use a jab to set the shots up. You step in, you don't reach it.
Valdez, manager, come over to the corner, a little bit worried. Not sure what he said to the coaches in the corner, but maybe a sense of urgency for Valdez to step up and do what he needs to do to get this guy out of here or to win this fight. A little concerned.
See, what you have to be careful is when you think you're going out the side door, you better make sure you're really going out the side door. Again, he went straight back.
And got caught.
Got caught. You're going out the side door, guys. You got to make sure that you get outside that shoulder where you're safe. You're still inside that shoulder, you can get caught on the way out.
When they felt their guy, their champ, had turned it and had it in the danger zone to close it.
In Servania's corner, they just want him to keep pressuring. They want him to work the body and just always be in Oscar Valdez's face.
Well, what else would they want? What else does the guy know how to do?
Reaction from the body shot with the left hand.
That was a vicious body shot by Valdez just a second ago.
It's not like you're going to tell Servania, you know what, I want you to act like Pernell Whitaker now.
Dug into the body again with the left hand.
You know, Servania is so predictable. And in the sense of that, I think Valdez is at times too. And Servania's taking advantage of the opportunities. I think, you know, Servania is waiting on Valdez to pull out so he can have opportunity to hit him. He truly is.
And if you wait on one thing, Timmy, and it doesn't come, you fall behind the 8 ball. Servania has fallen behind the 8 ball a little bit here, last couple rounds. At least this round.
Well, I think that's the only opportunity he knows he has.
He's losing the opportunity to just come forward behind the jab.
Emerging light heavyweight star, a title eliminator against Enrico Colvin. That is all November 11th, 10:30 Eastern start on November 11th. Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. I love these loaded cards with action throughout. We saw Conlon earlier, showed you that highlight. Had a great title fight. And here they have traded knockdowns for the WBO Featherweight title.
The retirement a little while ago of a great fighter, Andre Ward, and rightfully so. couple months ago. The guy's sitting right in between us, Joe. Pretty darn great fighter right here. So I'd just like to say, congratulations on your retirement, champ.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate that.
Former 2-division world champion. We've been thrilled to be sitting with you for so many of these recent great fights.
Back up.
See, that was dangerous right there. You know, he landed that left hook, Valdez, but then he pulled out with his hands down, and a left hook whizzed by his chin.
Yeah, you're right, Teddy. Servania is waiting a little bit too long. He's getting beat to the punch, beat to the mark.
He's blowing rounds doing this.
And pulling straight back.
That's a great opportunity.
And he has taken advantage of that opportunity.
It is a great opportunity, Timmy, but I'll argue with you with one thing. He has an opportunity to just do it the way that he does it. Come forward behind the jab and just get inside, get in the trenches. He's not doing that the last couple rounds. He's looking for the one shot, and that has not been serving him.
And in a fight like this, where Valdez seemingly controlled the early goings, then we have the trading of knockdowns in 4 and 5 and some of the bigger rallies in the 6th. Valdez can box his way to gathering points and rounds on the scorecard. As the championship rounds have arrived. Stay with us. And a unanimous decision win in what was just such a well-matched, good. That is what we have in front of us here. Final 2 rounds, a right hand from Oscar Valdez, and that gets the attention of his home fans.
Now, you made the point in the last round, Timmy, and to your point, you're right, that I'm saying that Servania should just be doing with what got him here to the dance. Instead of falling behind, as he has the last several rounds, looking for the one shot, press behind the jab, get in, and you said, well, Valdez is not cooperating. And take that tack, take that attitude. And then if he doesn't let you get there, fine. But you lose with what brought you here.
Oh, he came out the gate firing that jab. He must have heard you.
You're going to lose. The guy's going to outbox you. He's not going to cooperate with you. Make him do that. But don't stand there looking for one shot.
They may not be there.
Exactly.
That's true.
Come in there. Come with what got you here. If he outboxes you, so be it. But at least you know that you brought what you needed to bring. And he's not doing that right now.
It was there in round 4, 6, 7, but it hasn't been there the last 3 rounds.
Watch your head. Watch your heads in there. Watch your head. Stop.
Jab off the hip from Oscar. Coming up short on that right hand behind the jab was Genesis. Now Oscar perhaps a little more willing.
Win or lose after this fight, the connections of Valdez need to go back to the drawing board, go back to the gym, and correct that habit of going out or to the side with your hands down, exposed.
Such a defensive flaw, and it cost him tonight. And then everything just being just a little too wide at times too, Teddy, right?
Yes. And if you don't correct that, somewhere down the road you'll pay a price. Little head clash right there.
There it is.
Left hand to the body from Oscar. And I think the good work boxing down the stretch here, and now an exchange to close out the 11th has served Valdez well. 106-101, says Teddy. They traded the knockdowns in the middle, but then those missed opportunities with Servania just looking for that one big shot as Valdez boxes his way to a lead on Teddy's scorecard. The champ returning home here to Tucson, looking to defend things. And the beginning of this round tells us we may be in store for a little something different here in this final round here. 12th and final round as he lets loose. Genesis says, come on, bring a little more than that, my friend. Stalking, and a right hand does land there.
Pull it out straight in front.
Good exchange.
Don't go anywhere, you got it.
Well, this is going to be sensational stuff down the stretch. Short right hand.
They don't know anything, these guys, except fighting. Even if they're ahead, they don't care. Valdez ahead, so what? I'm still going to go and get him.
That's why I like me some Oscar Valdez, baby.
Yes, sir.
He wears his heart on his sleeve.
You're a head kid, box, move around. Now I think I'm gonna go get him.
Servania's very game. He's still in this fight. There's still seconds left.
And again, everything in a big shot. Valdez, everything he loads up on. Servania is running on fumes right now.
There he went again.
Chasing with the right hand.
Servania was waiting on his opportunity. Waiting a little bit too long.
Tried to go to the body that time.
If you were wondering if Servania is running on fumes, just look at that last clinch inside, that last moment inside. They got in close, he didn't punch. He needs to rest.
Oscar comes forward as they're looking for their hometown champ to retain things here in Tucson. Oh, that's good stuff. How about it? Valdez, Servania. They traded knockdowns and they take it to the limit. The homecoming, and in the arms of Manny, his trainer. We will hear from the judges.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard, and it reads as follows. Judge O'Connell scores it 116 to 110. Judge Martinez, 119 to 111. And Judge Taylor scores it 117 to 109. For the winner, by way of unanimous decision, and still WBO Featherweight Champion of the world, Puro Nogales, señores, Oscar Valdez.